right, we'll get this started. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of every age, my name is Tyler Bruner, and I am your commentator for tonight's matchup. Tonight's pre-recorded matchup of the Storm Lake Whitecaps and the Carroll Merchants. I'm so glad you decided to spend a couple of minutes with us here tonight on this pre-recorded matchup. Unfortunately, we couldn't get the internet going up for tonight, but fortunately enough, the last 3 games of the season, we will have the live stream for you. We'll get to that schedule in just a little bit. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you are ready, we are just about ready for baseball action here. We got the starting lineups coming up in just a bit. So we're going to hush up just for a bit, and we'll get these starting lineups going up.
And now your starting lineup for your hometown Whitecaps. Batting first, playing shortstop.
But like I was saying, ladies and gentlemen, sorry for the rushness. I had to see if we could even have the live stream here tonight. Unfortunately, we were not able to connect and get a good connection here tonight. But nonetheless, we'll have this matchup coming up here in just a bit. And we'll have some other announcements in just a little bit. So, again, we'll hush up. We'll let the announcer do his job, and we'll be back.
Batting sixth, the left fielder from Buena Vista University, Coleman Roberts. Batting seventh, the first baseman from Buena Vista University, Nick Hendricks. Batting eighth, the designated hitter from Great Bay Community College, Bryce Smith. Batting ninth, the second baseman from Colby Community College, Lachlan Ross. On the mound, from Buena Vista University, Mike DeMars. Your Storm Lake Whitecaps are coached tonight by the 2 Noahs, Noah Paper and Noah McCreary. And now, fans, if we could please have you stand, remove your caps as we honor America with the playing of the national anthem.
And with the end of the national anthem here, folks, we are just about ready for baseball action here in Storm Lake, Iowa. Again, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, want to welcome you here to the Carroll Merchants Facebook and YouTube pages for tonight's pre-recorded matchup of the Carroll Merchants versus the Storm Lake Whitecaps. And again, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I am your play-by-play commentator here for tonight, Tyler Bruner. I have the distinct honor of doing so here tonight. We're so glad you decided to spend a couple of minutes with us on this pre-recorded matchup. And sorry for the kind of rushed pre-game here tonight. We'll get into some of that here in just a little bit. So we'll talk about tonight's rankings coming into tonight's contest. And, of course, this is one of the 4 last games here this regular season in the Pioneer League. And before tonight starts, the rankings stands as follows. Bancroft stands on top of the mountain at number 1, 26-4. The Peak Prospects standing strong at number 2, 11-3. Storm Lake is the 3rd ranked team, and the team that Carroll is looking to overtake here tonight are 12-15. Of course, your Carroll Merchants standing strong at number 4, 11-19. The Albert Lee Lakers are holding on at number 5 at 10 and 20, and the Fort Dodge Gypsum Miners are trailing behind at number 6, 9 and 18. So this is a very tight race for the 4th, 5th, and 6th place positions. And of course, if the Merchants want to stay strong into tonight, they're going to have to win out these last 4 games. These are very crucial wins that the Merchants need to keep and need to win here tonight. So what's some things to keep in mind here for tonight is that there's no Pastor Sanchez at the shortstop position, and Berg is at 3rd place. Just a little bit of a mix-up in the lineup for the defensive side for the Merchants, and well, they need to win out these last 4 games. If they want to hold off that 4th place position and hopefully not face against Bancroft, they're going to have to keep number 4 in their grasps, or number 3 in their grasps, and of course they're going to have to keep the number 4 position. So fans, here we go. We're going to get it started here right off the bat. And of course, again, sorry for not having a live stream here tonight. Couldn't get enough good reception here tonight. Pitch on the way from the starting pitcher, Mike Demers. So again, we'll get your batting lineup here for the Merchants. Batting first, of course, as you can see, Mike Wallace. Batting second, Andrew Fay. Batting third, Nick Supel, cleanup hitter, Ben Berg. Batting fifth, Ford Schroeder. Batting sixth, Brendan Larkin. Batting seventh, Jordan Wendell. Batting eighth, Reese Snyder. And batting ninth is going to be Ryan Booth. I don't think that's right. Well, we'll get this fixed real quick here, I believe. But in the meantime, 2 balls and a strike recorded for Demers to Mike Wallace. So this one, it's going to be good for strike number 2 now. 2-2 is the count. Well, that is correct. I was thinking Booth was not in the lineup, but no, he is. So Ryan Booth is going to be the last batter here for tonight. Here we go. 2-2 is now the count for Demers and for Mike Wallace. Pitch is on the way. And this one's going to hit the ground. It's going to be outside. That's going to bring up a full count. And we'll get into the defensive side for the Whitecaps here in just a touch, right after this plate appearance for Mike Wallace. So 3-2 the count now. Pitch on the way from Demers. This one is going to walk Mike Wallace. And we have a runner on first now. So let's get into the defensive side of life for the Storm Lake Whitecaps here in the top of the first inning. Mike Demers, again, like I said, pitching duties here for tonight. Bo Dorman is the catcher for the Whitecaps. Nick Hendricks actually having a very interesting position at first base here tonight. Lakeland Ross is the second baseman. Shortstop, Tyler Brendenberg. The third baseman, Bryce Ralt. The left fielder, Coleman Roberts. Center fielder, Blake Bergquist. And the right fielder, Eli Young. As the first pitch to Andrew Fay is going to be good for strike number 1. Again, fans, glad that you're here with us here tonight. Even though we couldn't be live with you, we're glad to be bringing you this pre-recorded matchup here tonight. Again, 4 games left here in the regular season. We'll get into that in the middle of the first inning as Demers is going to throw over to first, trying to tag out Mike Wallace. Again, 0-1's the count for Andrew Fay and Demers. Again, Mike Wallace getting his way off the base again. And Wallace playing some games with Dorman or with Demers there. Trying to do some stutter steps at first. Demers, thank you. I don't know why I put Demers. So Demers, excuse me, is the pitcher's name. This one, tempted bunt by Fay. Won't get so, will be a ball. I know I'm terrible. I'm getting a lot of crap from the people up here. You know what? As this one is going to be outside, that's going to be a foul ball and strike number 2 now for Andrew Fay. 1-2 is the count now. Mike Wallace getting almost all the way over to second, and he's going to have to walk on back to over to first. So Demers now. As this one looks like it's going to be recorded ball. 2-2 now the count. So Mike Demers, we'll get that right in my books here. So 2-2 is the count now. No outs quite yet for the Merchants. Wallace going to inch his way off the bag. Pitch on the way from Demers. Swung. And that one is going to be missed by Fay there. And that's going to be out number 1 here.
Now batting for the Merchants, Nick Supel.
Again, fans, we'll get into the upcoming games and events for the Merchants here in the middle of the first inning. First out already recorded, we'll get into Nick Supel, the third batter here for tonight. Nick Supel on the season here, as far as my stats are concerned. 103 at-bats, 38 hits, 24 RBIs, and a 369 batting average. Not too bad for the young man. Let's see if he can extend that batting average and prove it here tonight, as this pitch is going to be high and outside, for ball number 1. 1-0 is the count. And again, here tonight, 7-inning contest for you. So 7 full innings of action here tonight. Again, Mike Wallace on first. Pitch on the way, and that one will be good for a strike. 1-1 now the count with 1 out. As DeMar's going to look back over to first just for a second, kind of menacingly, as this one going to be outside, just barely though, and that's going to be ball number 2 now. 2-1, the count for DeMar's. And we'll turn me down just a little bit, fans. Don't want to blow out your eardrums, though. And silence falls. Here comes Mike Wallace. Turn on the Jets just right, but unfortunately, Supel's going to hit it out for a foul ball. 2-2 now the count. Wallace just trying so eagerly to get over to second. Hasn't been given the right opportunity to do so. So 2-2, again with 1 out. Pitch on the way from Bars. This one off the bat of Supel. It's going to be foul ball, going to keep us at 2-2 here. And if you're wondering who was on the mound tonight, well, you'll be quite surprised. We have a treat in Tyler Jacobson here tonight. He's been on fire. We'll get into his stats in the middle of the first. So stick tuned for that. But here we go. DeMar's pitch on the way. This one going to be on the line. Kind of towards the line, but that'll be a foul ball again. So for the third time, Wallace won't be given the instant gratification of going to second that he wants. We'll stick at first. 2-2 again the count. We'll say, though, a beautiful day. No, absolutely a few clouds in the sky here tonight. Temperatures in the 70s, high 70s here tonight, as Mike Wallace attempted to get tagged out, but he will be safe at first again for the third time here. So it's an absolutely beautiful day. A little bit on the hot side, though. Quite surprising. In the morning it was 58, and it already up to 78, almost 80 here tonight. As this pitch is going to hit Supel, and that will advance him and Mike Wallace to the bases. So now we're going to bring on the cleanup hitter in Ben Berg. And what a cleanup hitter he is, and he's going to be, hopefully. 118 at-bats, 42 hits, 34 RBIs, and a 356 batting average is what Ben Berg brings to the table here tonight. So the perfect candidate for the cleanup position here tonight. But here we go. 2 runners on base. Nick Supel at first and Mike Wallace at second. DeMar's going to take a glance over at Wallace at second. This one is going to go over towards Coach Cody Williams, and it will be a foul ball. Good for strike 1. And again, like I said before, fans, this game very crucial. These last 4 games, very crucial for the Merchants. They got Storm Lake here tonight. They got a 2-game series versus Albert Lee the next 2 days, and then they finish up with Bancroft. So they got a pretty tight schedule for these last games, as this pitch is going to be outside. That's going to be ball number 1 here. If I had a better shot of behind the mound or behind the plate, I would see what kind of balls there are, but kind of hard to see from here. So again, DeMar's going to take a little bit of time, not too much in a hurry here tonight. Looking over at Wallace. Pitch on the way. This one chopped on up. It's over to the right side of the field. And it looks like here comes Eli Young with the catch. And he is going to hold up both runners. That's going to be out number 2 now for the Merchants. So both runners held up at first and second, respectively, as we welcome on Ford Schroeder. So Ford Schroeder, the mid-season returner. Again, he came for his second season. He was here his freshman year as a merchant. Comes back his senior year to finish up the job. And again, if you want to learn more, or I should say, if you want to learn more about Ford Schroeder and his past with the Merchants, check out his episode of Rounding Third on our YouTube channel right now. Check it out. It's quite the amazing series. We talked with Nick Supple, and we also talked with Ty Hansen as well. As DeMars' first pitch to Schroeder is going to be outside for ball one. So Supple again and Wallace at first and second. Schroeder in good company. Could get Wallace to third with a good base hit. The opportunity to do it could be on the right side of the field, as this one is going to be strike one for DeMars. So most of the outfielders are shifted to the left for the Whitecaps here tonight. Not really expecting any hits to the right side of the field, but Schroeder could change that here. Potentially hit it underneath Supple and hit it between Hendricks and Ross here. Pitch on the way from DeMars. This one is going to be good for strike number two here. I'm not too sure exactly how fast DeMars is pitching here tonight. We've seen pitchers at the All-Star game pitching in the 90s and the high 80s, and impressive though. So 1-2 is the count now with 2 outs for Schroeder and his offense. As DeMars going to step behind the rubber, but Wallace will get back to second. Just some scare tactics by DeMars, enough to frighten Wallace. Here we go, pitch on the way from DeMars. This one chopped on over to the left side of the field, and it won't be a fielder's choice. It'll just be right over to first base, get Schroeder out, and that is an easy 1-2-3 inning here for the Storm Lake Whitecaps. So we're going to get just this nice and easy in there, 5-3 action there, and fans will stick it here for just a little bit longer in the middle of the first inning. Score still 0-0 for you, as we welcome on the defense here for the Merchants. Let's get into some upcoming dates for the Merchants. Tomorrow night, which is July 25th, I assume. Yes, July 25th. Well, we have a game against the Albert Lee Lakers at Merchants Park. 6:35 start time for 7 innings. So we hope to see you out there tomorrow. Of course, tomorrow's game is brought to you by Feld Fire, and all of the fire, police, and emergency or EMC units, individuals who work for those facilities are coming free. And we also have the last home game, regular home season game of the year. It is Saturday versus Bancroft. Open gate, so we are going to have an open gate. Everybody is going to get in free for that game, so you won't want to miss the final game of the regular season versus Bancroft on this upcoming Saturday. And also July 29th is the start of the playoffs, and we'll see where the Merchants end up and who they face coming to playoffs very, very soon. So let's get into the starting defense now for the Carroll Merchants, as Tyler Jacobson taking the mound here tonight. His partner in crime is Nick Supple at the catcher's position. First baseman is going to be Brandon Larkin, as usual. The second baseman is going to be Ford Schroeder. Taking the place for Pastor Sanchez here tonight, it's going to be Andrew Fay at shortstop position. And Ben Berg is going to be your third baseman here for tonight. Left fielder is going to be Mike Wallace. The center fielder is going to be Reese Snyder. And the right fielder is going to be Ryan Booth. So a pretty stacked defense here tonight, especially behind Tyler Jacobson. And as promised, Tyler Jacobson has the most innings pitched of all the Carroll Merchants coming into tonight. 56 innings pitched, 772 pitches altogether. He has recorded a 1.57 ERA and has 82 strikeouts on the season. So an absolute monster on the mound that he is tonight, and it's a smart move by Coach Cody Williams to throw him in. Even though he might be tired, he pitched a few innings in the All-Star game. He could have easily thrown in Joey Hudson, who has the second most innings pitched on this Carroll Merchants team. But if you want to come out with a W here tonight, you got to bring out your All-Stars.
Leading off for your Whitecaps, the shortstop from Western Oregon University, Tyler Brandenburg.
So Tyler Brandenburg going to get us started here for the Storm Lake Whitecaps in the bottom of the first inning. And like I said before, you got to bring out the big guns. If you want to win these 4 games in the regular season, well, you got to do what you got to do. As this first pitch to Brandenburg, that's going to be good for strike 1. And these Whitecaps might have some issues with Jacobson on the mound tonight, as this next pitch is going to be good for strike 2. During the All-Star game, Jacobson throwing in the upper 80s easily. This is why he's one of the best here this season. As Jacobson's pitch on the way. This one hit on over to the left side of the field. Going to be over the head of Andrew Fay. That'll be a nice and easy, sleazy single for Brandenburg. So we'll have Bryce Ralt on by now. So Bryce Rowe, excuse me. I don't know why I had it wrong on here again. So yeah, Bryce Rowe. Goodness. My iPad must have glitched that one up there. So Bryce Rowe is going to be the next batter up. So Bryce Rowe, again from BVU here in Storm Lake, Iowa. As Jacobson trying to get Brandenburg out at first, not going to be successful. Most of the time, the Merchants have only been able to pick off one player in this whole season. At first, haven't been successful so far. Have had a couple of pickles they've put their defensive opponents in, but haven't been too successful at that first base out. 1-1 now you count after Rowe fouls back. Jacobson pitch on the way. Swung. That's going to be missed by Bryce Rowe. And again, Storm Lake are in the third place position, 12 and 15, and the Carroll Merchants could easily, potentially, are looking to take that position back. It would be hard to at this point, but they're looking to either get back up into that third place position or hang tight at fourth. There's two other teams below them fighting for that position. So 2-2 is the count now. Jacobson going to ready up. He's going to throw it over. As the heat is fast. It's going to be from the Storm Lake bench. So Jacobson's pitch on the way. This one hit over to the right side of the field. Yes, it's going to be a good grab by Ryan Booth there, right near the wall. And that'll be now out number one for the Lakers, or for the Whitecaps. So Blake Berquist taking his place on the plate now. And here we go. One out recorded now for Jacobson. This is the thing I was saying. Jacobson doesn't have too many hits against him coming into tonight. Sometimes some get away, especially this late in the season with 4 games left. You got to think how much is left in the tank for Jacobson here, as this pitch is going to just be low enough. It's going to be ball number 1 now. 1-0 your count. With Brandenburg off the back yet again. He's going to throw back over. Unsuccessful yet again for the third time here tonight. Unable to get Brandenburg out at first. Pitch, this one going to come off the bat of Bergquist. That's going to be a foul ball, strike number 1. Jacobson taking some time to himself. And here we go. Pitch on the way. Brandenburg off the bag. This one is going to be strike number 2. 1 and 2. I heard the clunk of the ball off the bat of Bergquist, but it did get in the glove of Supple. 1 and 2 is the count now. And no scores quite yet for both of these teams. And here we go. Jacobson out with the pitch. Here comes Bergquist. And it's going to be swung and missed. They're going to get him to second off of that strikeout there. So Bo Dorman going to take the plate now. 2 outs now for the Whitecaps. Jacobson now with the fresh count. And Brandenburg fighting his way to second off of that strikeout from Jacobson. So here comes up Andrew Fay right behind Brandenburg there. Pitch on the way. This one's hit over to, well, you guessed it, Fay. And can he get it over there? Yes. Stumbled with the ball just for a few seconds there, but he was able to reel it in over to Larkin for out number 3. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, through 1 inning here, we are still tied 0-0 apiece. And, well, we are going to head to a commercial break here. And we'll be back with more baseball action in just a touch. So hang tight. We'll be back.
The 2019 merchant corporate sponsors are Sparky's One Stop, Anytime Fitness, Ike Allen Distributing, Merchant Park Concession, Culver's, Giant Seeds, Pit Stop Auto Wash, Platinum Business. And now, on to the broadcast booth.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to Storm Lake, Iowa, as the Carroll Merchants and the Whitecaps are in a stalemate currently after one inning. Score is tied 0-0 in this contest, as the number 3 team in Storm Lake faces off against number 4 Carroll. Again, this is going to be a close race for the 4th, 5th, and 6th place positions, as Carroll is 11-19. Lakers of Albert Lee are in the number 5 position at 10-20, and the Fort Dodge Gypsum Miners are in the last place position at 9-18. But holding on tight is the Carroll Merchants. They need to win out the rest of these games this season if they want to, well, not face off against Bancroft. And again, we'll have the matchups and playoffs coming soon, so hang tight for those. We won't have them until the end of the season, but nonetheless, we'll have those for you once we know. So Brandon Larkin going to get his way onto the plate now. So again, Larkin is keeping his role at first. He's done a great job thus far at the first base position, but again, not too bad at the plate appearances either. He has 25. He has 95 at bats, 26 hits, 26 RBIs, and a .274 batting average. As we were talking. There we go. Now we're in the right person. So as I was adjusting my scoreboard there, 1-1 is the count now. And as I've said many times before in this season, most of the time when Larkin has someone in scoring position, he's going to hit it out here and he's going to get an RBI, it looks like. It's in his favor, as, well, right now is the odds are not in his favor. 1-2 is the count now, with no outs quite yet. And now DeMar's pitch on the way. This one is going to be swung and missed by Larkin. So that is going to be out number 1.
Hey fans, we want to welcome back Jordan Wendell. And tonight, Jordan is our
well, look at that.
Jordan knows how this works. All he has to do is strike out, everybody a dollar off.
Wendell having some fun here tonight.
Jordan, we're counting on you, buddy.
So Wendell is tonight's beer batter for the Storm Lake Whitecaps. Of course, if Wendell is struck out, all the fans here will get a certain price off of beverages. So DeMar's trying his best here. Pitch on the way. That one is going to be good for strike number 1. Whistles and everything. Of course, when Frederick Reynolds was here playing for the Merchants, he was the normal, I don't want to say, oh, this one doesn't look like it's going to be tonight, but it will be. Oh, it's going to get over the glove of, looks like, the left fielder, Coleman Roberts. That's going to be a nice sleazy double for Wendell. So unfortunately, not this time around. Fans will not be given the sweet release of a nice percentage off of beverages here. Looks like Wendell throwing out the "you can't see me" sign there. Staple of John Cena, of course, but nonetheless, we got Reese Snyder on the plate now with the runner scoring position in Jordan Wendell. And Wendell's got that nice tall frame, so easily if you wanted to steal third, but look at this. A short chopper to the infield. Reese Snyder's going to get out at first, but not before Wendell gets to third off of that.
Now batting for the Merchants, Ryan Booth.
So Wendell now in a very good scoring position now, as Ryan Booth's going to take his place. Now we'll give it to Reese Snyder. He hit it in just the right position. Again, if he can get it past, if any of these players can get it past Hendricks and Ross, they're in good position as this one's popped on up. Looks like to left field, and Coleman Roberts looking on back, and yes, a good backwards grab by Coleman Roberts there is going to record out number 3, and that is the half inning. Score is still tied 0-0 after 1.5 innings. And fans, we're going to have more baseball action here in just a little bit, so hang tight. We got more action.
We would like to thank these great merchant program sponsors for 2019. Bruner, Reinhardt, and Morton LLP. Giant Seeds. Piranha Club. Lincoln Highway Pharmacy. Platinum Fitness. Templeton Savings Bank. State Wealth Management.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to Storm Lake, Iowa. Current score here, Merchants and Storm Lake, 0-0. No team's able to score one yet. Merchants came close, had a runner in Jordan Wendell at third, but unfortunately couldn't get it done. But fans, we want to, again, thank you for tuning in with us here on this pre-recorded matchup here tonight. In the last 4 games of the season for the Merchants, it's going to be a close one. The Merchants are hanging on tight at the 4th place position. And, well, they're bringing out the big guns. They're bringing out Tyler Jacobson here on this road matchup. And an interesting rivalry has sprouted this season with the Whitecaps and the Merchants, as every single time they went to each other's hometowns, the hometown usually comes out on top. A couple of times the Whitecaps have gotten a win in Carroll, but the Merchants have been unable to capture the W here in Storm Lake this season. They're hoping to get it done here tonight and keep that 4th place position in their arms, and in their hands, I should say. So we'll get going. Bottom of the 2nd inning. Jacobson's first pitch is going to be, it looks like, just inside maybe a little bit, and that'll be ball number 1. So 1-0 is your count. Jacobson not wasting any time. Pitch on the way. This one, good. That's going to be strike number 1 now. So again, both of these teams are looking to come into the playoffs strong with both of their good players. This one, ooh. It's going to almost hit the arm of the umpire there. Hopefully he's all right. Yeah, he looks good. So it's going to be a foul ball, 1-2. To be okay. And now Jacobson looking for his first strikeout, or his second strikeout here tonight. And here we go. Pitch on the way. This one. That is going to be strike number 3 for Jacobson here tonight. And that's going to be out number 1. So now we're going to welcome on Coleman Roberts to the plate here. And I will say this here again, folks. Tyler Jacobson has been impressive all season long. He has the most innings pitched of all the Merchants players. Again, he has an impressive 82 strikeouts before tonight's contest. I will say, how long is he going to pitch? That's going to be the big question that is hopefully going to be answered here soon, is how long are they going to keep Jacobson in, as this one is going to be a foul ball, as here comes Roberts to second, and he will get there.
Hey fans, that's a State Farm double.
So, yep, that's going to be a good double here for Coleman Roberts. It was dancing on the line for quite a while, but it will be a double now for Roberts. As I was saying, Tyler Jacobson, you want him as fresh as possible once you get into the playoffs, which, of course, is here next week. So you got to think, when is the next pitcher going to come in, and who is it going to be? Because you do need the W, but you need to keep Jacobson's arm as fresh as possible, as Jacobson's first pitch to Nick Hendricks, is going to be strike number 1. So instead of pitching here tonight, Hendricks taking the first base position. An interesting decision by Coach Noah Paper of the Whitecaps. But here we go. 0-1 is the count with 1 out. And this pitch on the way. It's going to be good for strike number 2 now. 0-2 is now the count. So Coleman Roberts is in scoring position. All he needs is one good hit by either Nick Hendricks or by Bryce Smith here. And Bryce Smith would be the one to do it. He's a very big individual, has big hits, and is a big-time player, as this one is going to be swung and missed by Nick Hendricks, and that's going to be strike number 2, or strike number 3, excuse me. Strikeout number 3 on the night, I should say. But here we go. So, yes, Bryce Smith, a DH for tonight, is going to, well, take his plate appearance. And like I said, if there's one individual that's going to be the big-time hitter for the Whitecaps here tonight, it's going to be Bryce Smith. Surprisingly enough, Bo Dorman is the cleanup hitter for tonight, but Bryce Smith, the equivalent for him for the Merchants is going to be Brennan Larkin, but of course Bryce Smith has a couple of home runs under his belt again on the season. So he could be the one to get Coleman Roberts home. Jacobson, we're ready up. His pitch on the way. It's going to be swung and missed by Smith. 1-1 now the count. So in the 7-inning contest, it might not seem like a lot for Jacobson. But again, you want to keep him as good as possible, as clean as possible, and as fresh as possible coming into the playoffs here in just a couple of days. So here we go. Jacobson looking over to second for a quick glance. Pitch on the way. This one is going to be good for strike two. Jacobson getting some very good looks here tonight. 1-2 now his count. Allowing a couple of hits here and there, but nonetheless, early on looking very tight here tonight. As his pitch on the way. This one is going to be swung and missed. That'll be another strikeout here tonight for Tyler Jacobson. And that will retire the Merchants and end the second inning here in Storm Lake, Iowa. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, after 2 innings, score is still tied at 0 apiece. We'll see which team is going to strike first here in Storm Lake, Iowa. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with more Pioneer baseball action in just a little bit.
The 2019 Merchant corporate sponsors are Sparky's One Stop, Anytime Fitness, Ike Allen Distributing, Merchant Park Concession, Culver's, Giant Seeds, Pit Stop Auto Wash, Platinum Business. And now, on to the broadcast booth.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to Storm Lake, Iowa. Current score after 2 innings is 0-0. No teams able to score off each other quite yet. Merchants came very close when Jordan Wendell found his way over to third base, but unfortunately that's the closest we've been all night here. Getting in the 7-inning contest, number 3 versus number 4 here. And, well, we want to remind you of a couple of things coming up for the Merchants. Again, tomorrow's game versus the Albert Lee Lakers taking place at Merchants Park. 6:35 start time for 7 innings. That game brought to you by Feld Fire. All of the EMTs, fire department, and police department families and workers coming in for free. The last home game of the year is going to be Saturday versus Bancroft. It's going to be an open gate, and everybody's going to get in free. We really want everyone to be there for that last game. It's going to be something to behold. Hopefully, the Merchants can pull off the W versus the dominant Bancroft Bandits team this season. So we'll continue action here. Top of the order now for the Merchants is going to be Mike Wallace. Pitch on the way. This one hit on over the head of DeMars, but it's going to fall into the glove of Lakeland Ross. Over to Nick Hendricks for out number 1. So an easy out, first pitch, first hit, first out here. So here we go. Andrew Fay now the next batter up. And Fay on the season has some respectable stats. We'll get that after this pitch. It's on his way. It's going to be low and outside, ball number 1. Fay on the season has 103 at-bats, 30 hits, 8 RBIs, and a .291 batting average, excuse me. Get the right side of the game here as DeMars throws ball number 2. So like I said, Fay not too shabby on the season. Maybe not the amount of hits you would like with so many at-bats, but nonetheless, that's where he stands right now. As strike number 1 now recorded for DeMars. 2-1 is your count. And again, fans, if you're not following us on social media, whoa, what the heck is wrong with you? We're on Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, YouTube, and Instagram. If you want to follow all the action here in these last 4 games and of the playoffs, make sure you're following us for all the action. As 3-1 is your count now for DeMars. Pitch on the way. This one is going to be strike number 2 now. Full count for Faye and DeMars. No runners on base quite yet. Let's see what happens. DeMars putting up a fight against this Merchants offense. Pitch from DeMars now. This one is going to walk him. So Faye finds his way to first. We'll get Nick Supple back up to the plate. His first plate appearance. He was hit by pitch. So he starts fresh again, trying to get Faye home. Here we go. Fresh count now for DeMars and 1 out. Pitch on the way from DeMars. This one heading over to the center field. It's going to drop beautifully right in between Eli Young and Bergquist. And that will advance Faye to second and get Supple to first. So good hit there by Supple. Doesn't have to go far. It just has to drop in the right area, and it dropped perfectly for Supple there. So now we'll get the cleanup hitter, Ben Berg, to the plate. He's 0 for 1. He had a fly out to start his batting night. And again, Berg on the season, 118 at-bats, 42 hits, 34 RBIs, and a 356 batting average. Pitch on the way. This is going to be outside. That's going to be ball number 1. 1-0 is the count now. As DeMars' pitch, this one is going to be good for strike number 1. So 1-1 the count now for DeMars with 2 runners on base. What a situation would be if he struck out Ben Berg here, or even had all of the bases loaded and somehow pulled off a couple strikeouts here. As this one hit on over to the right side of the field, and it's going to get over the head of Eli Young. Here comes Andrew Faye scoring home, and he will be, Supple will be stopped at third by Coach Cody Williams. Oh, and what a hit for Berg. So Ben Berg with a nice RBI double on the night here is going to give the Merchants the lead here in the top of the 3rd inning. So again, Nick Supple was held up at third. No, you guys can't see him, but Supple held up at third, and Ben Berg walking his way over to second. Like I said, Ben Berg, if there's anyone you want as a cleanup hitter, it's going to be him, and he's proving it here tonight, getting the Merchants scoring going here. As this first pitch to Schroeder is going to be a ball here. 1-0 is the count with 1 out. And that hit by Berg coming very close to the wall there. So now DeMars pitch on the way. This one is going to be a strike. 1-1 is the count. And I don't have Ford Schroeder's stats on me right now. We'll get that here in just a bit. But Schroeder usually at the shortstop position tonight. And here comes Hendricks trying to grab it. Oh, it came very close. The ball was maybe a few inches away from his glove, but I wasn't able to reel it in. It's going to be a foul ball in strike 2. But as I was saying before, Schroeder usually finding himself at the shortstop position, but tonight playing second base. So a little bit of a change for him, but not too much. So here we go. DeMars looking over at Berg at second. His pitch on the way. This one is chopped to the right side of the field, but this time Eli Young able to reel it in. But here comes Supple in. No, can he get it? Can he do it? No. Unable to get it done here. Not just like the last time we were in. I can't remember where it was. He was unable to escape the catcher that time, and Supple will be out.
Also Also, if we could have Chloe Kuchera and Owen Jensen report to the beer tent, you've been chosen to play the Paxton Jewelry Diamond Toss game.
There we go. Get it right here. There we go. So that was a double play there for the Whitecaps. An out at the right side of the field and a tag out by the catcher, Bo Dorman, to get Supple out at home. But after 2.5 here in Storm Lake, the Merchants striking first blood, and they lead 1-0 coming into the bottom of the third inning. We'll get a quick commercial break here, folks, and we'll come back with more Merchants baseball action in just a touch.
We would like to thank these great Merchant program sponsors for 2019. Bruner, Reinhardt, and Morton, LLP. Giant Seeds. Piranha Club. Lincoln Highway Pharmacy. Platinum Fitness. Templeton Savings Bank. State Wealth Management.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to the Carroll Merchants YouTube and Facebook pages. We're so glad you decided to take some time out of your day and join us on this broadcast here. My name is Tyler Bruner. I have the dubious honor of bringing you play-by-play action here tonight. And, well, we're going to continue action here, folks.
Now batting for your Whitecaps, the second baseman from Colby Community College, Lachlan Ross.
So we're going to continue action here. Lachlan Ross going to be the next batter up, and we'll get her going. Again, the Merchants able to strike first blood in the top of the third after a nice RBI double by Ben Berg. And Jacobson looking to continue this hype train ride with a strike. This one is going to be just off the tip of the bat for Lachlan Ross. It's going to be a foul ball and strike two. Now his pitch on the way. This one, that's going to be quite high for Jacobson. That's going to be 1-2 now. Jacobson winds up, pitch on the way. This one it's going to nick the bat of Ross again. That's going to be foul ball. Going to keep us at 1 ball and 2 strikes. This is going to be another foul ball for Ross here. Again, it's going to keep us 1-2 now. And again, fans, we want to give a big thank you to Johnston Communications. They're the lovely individuals who hooked us up with the Sling Studio, which we are able to record or live stream to you guys. So again, thanks Johnston Communications for the amazing gear. As this one, going to get past Jacobson there. It almost looked like it almost nicked Jacobson there, but it'll be a base hit for Lachlan Ross. Getting past Fay and Schroeder. So Brandenburg, the next batter up now for the Whitecaps. He's 1 for 1 on the night. His second plate appearance now. He had a single his first time around. And again, fans, if you're not following us on social media, well, you better rethink that decision. We have a ton of content coming your way with the last final games of the season as Brandenburg swings and misses for strike one. You can follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Snapchat, Instagram, and Twitter for a behind-the-scenes look of the Merchants this season, and of course, all of the live stream games that we bring to you on the road and at home. Just search the Carroll Merchants in the search bar, and you'll be able to find us. As Jacobson readies up, his pitch on the way. This one, into the glove of Andrew Fay. What a leaping grab. Wow. I would love to have known the exit velocity of that one. My goodness. That line drive, my goodness. You could not have gotten a better luck than Andrew Fay just did right there. Wow. If that's not on SportsCenter tomorrow, well, I don't know what can be. I don't know what can even beat that. As Jacobson's first pitch to Rowe is going to be on the ground for ball one. Goodness, I don't know how you beat that one. The only thing I can think that could beat that for the Merchants' top play would have been Tate Johnson nabbing that home run and stealing it against, I believe it was Albert Lee. And it's Jacobson's first pitch, this one. On back towards foul ball territory. That's going to be strike number 1 now. And again, fans, on these games where we do pre-record, which is hopefully the last one, we'll keep you updated as much as we can on our Twitter page. Jacobson going to throw on over to Larkin there. Jacobson getting ready here as Ross gets off the bag. Just a touch. Pitch on the way. This one hit on over to the shallow center field. No, it will get in front of Reese Snyder. That's going to be a single now for Rowe. And now 2 runners on the bags for the Whitecaps here. So now we bring on Blake Bergquist to the plate. And here we go. This one chopped on back towards foul ball. And that'll be strike number 1 now. As this one, as it falls into the glove of Nick Schuppel, it's going to be strike number 2 now. This pitch is going to be low. It's going to be outside now for Jacobson. That's going to be 1-2. Sorry for the silence there, fans. Just trying to update everyone on our Facebook page as this game happens. Trying to keep you all up to date. We have a very strange circle of birds in the outfield. Don't know what that's about. I don't know if that's a sign or something. As Bergquist fouls one back. Well, I believe it's a sign of all these birds. Could mean the apocalypse or something. I don't know where I read that from, but I've seen way too many horror movies where birds are involved and it just isn't good. Maybe it's going to spell disaster for one of these teams. Who knows? As pitches from Jacobson. This one head on over to the foul ball line on the right. Going to keep us at 1-2. So here we go with 2 runners on the bags. Bryce Rowe at first, Lakeland Ross second. Jacobson throws his pitch. This one is going to be swung and missed by Bergquist. Add that to the tally. That's another strikeout for Jacobson. So here we go. 2 outs now for the Carroll Merchants. The Whitecaps do have a runner in scoring position in Lakeland Ross. They just need to take the opportunity and strike. So we got Bo Dorman. Again, he is the cleanup hitter for tonight. He's the catcher. Did a very good job at the catching position, getting Nick Schuppel out at home. So let's see if some of that magic can come to the offensive side of life. As this pitch from Jacobson is going to be missed by Dorman. And it's going to be strike 1 now. Regarding a hit by Dorman here, regarding a hit by Dorman, we will have Eli Young to the plate after him. Jacobson's going to take a quick breath. Pitch on the way. This one going to be just a touch high. And it's going to be ball number 1 now. 1-1 is your count with 2 outs. Again, a very beautiful day. Just a slight breeze coming on through the area. For some reason, we can't feel it here in the broadcast booth, but nonetheless, a good day here today. Temperature was just a bit below. It'd be a little bit nicer as this one, and that's going to be swung and missed by Dorman. And that's going to be strike number 2 now. So 1-2 is the count. The rally piano, or I should say the rally organ, coming out for Bo Dorman. Again, bottom of the 3rd inning. Merchants still on top 1-0. Whitecaps looking to make it a tied game or potentially a lead here in the bottom of the 3rd. Jacobson's pitch on the way. This one is going to be into the foul ball territory. Young fans running for that one. So Jacobson taking a little bit more time. We're going to talk mind-to-mind with Supel at the catching position. And now his pitch on the way. This one hit on over straight to the glove of Ben Berg, making the wise decision, doing a fielder's choice to third, and that will be the inning here. 1, 2, and 3 for the Merchants as they have 2 hits off of no errors, and that'll be the inning here. So after 3 here in Storm Lake, the Merchants still on top, 1-0 in this contest of 3 versus 4. We're going to take a quick break here, folks, and we'll be back in just a little bit with more baseball action.
The 2019 Merchant corporate sponsors are Sparky's One Stop, Anytime Fitness, Ike Allen Distributing, Merchant Park Concession, Culver's, Giant Seeds, Pit Stop Auto Wash, Platinum Fitness, and now on to the broadcast booth.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to this contest here in Storm Lake, Iowa. Current score after 3 innings, or excuse me, yes, after 3, no, excuse me, actually 2.5, excuse me. It is 1-0 in favor of the Carroll Merchants as the, what do you want to say, the Ben Berg, the cleanup hitter, was able to hit an RBI double and get the Merchants on the board. Nick will try to extend that lead, but unfortunately, were not able to. He got tagged out at home by Bo Dorman. And now the Merchants making their way back up to the plate. And we will, ooh, actually, I didn't. There we go. That's right, so it is the 4th inning, my bad. So we are in the 4th inning. It didn't record the last strike from the last inning, so my bad. We are in the 4th inning. And again, fans, we do apologize for not being able to have a live stream here tonight. We will be live stream all of the last remaining games in the regular season. Of course, the 2 Albert League games and Bancroft that we have. So we will be live streaming those games for you. So do not worry. We do have more live streams coming out of the woodworks. And if you are curious about the last couple live streams, we have tomorrow, July 25th, versus the Albert Lee Lakers at Merchants Park. Start time is at 6:35. We have 7 innings for you tomorrow. And again, we will have a live stream for that. And the last home game is going to be Saturday versus Bancroft. And it's going to be an open gate, so everybody gets in free. And of course, that game will be live streamed as well. But here we go. 4th inning, starting off. Larkin isn't going to start off too high. That's going to be a strike from DeMars to Larkin. As Larkin's hit, this one's hit over to the left side of the field, but it looks like Coleman Roberts underneath that one. That's going to be out number 1 recorded for the Merchants here. And well, look who's back up. Jordan Wendell.
Coleman Roberts has moved to right field, and Doug Barker is now at left. Now batting for the Merchants is tonight's beer batter, Jordan Wendell.
So excuse me, that was Doug Barker who made that out. I should have seen the long flowing hair over there. So Doug Barker left field and Coleman Roberts moving over to right. Just a quick change there in the outfield lineup. So there we go. 1-2 now is the count. Sorry, just updating everyone on Facebook of the live stream situation. Of course, we will have the last 3 games live streamed as well as all the playoff games. So again, Jordan Wendell is the beer batter here tonight. If he is struck out, everybody here gets a couple dollars off beverages as this one. It's gonna be over to the left side of the field. Oh, did he? It looks like he grabbed that. Wow, Bryce Rowe. What a great grab there on the run in the left side of the foul ball territory. Goodness. Gotta say, I'm quite impressed with that catch by Bryce Rowe there. On the run, glove not in the kind of an awkward situation there, but is able to reel in that out. 2 of them is what the Carroll Merchants have with a fresh count. And Reese Snyder, attempted bunt, won't be given it. And it will be, looks like ball number 1 now.